Hello guys, and welcome to the tutorial on how to start on ARK. This video is aimed for complete beginners, but if you're not a beginner and you know something that might be helpful to beginners, please write it down in the comment section. Any tips or tricks will be absolutely perfect, so I can pin it so other new players can see. There's two ways that you can start ARK. There's you're playing in a single player world, or joining an ARK. Maybe it's an official server or an unofficial server. Ooh, if I show you now, if you click up here, you get to choose the map that you want. I suggest Island if it's your first time. I suggest playing PvE as well instead of PvP. PvP, it's full of players that know how to play the game, and you won't have an easy time in that. PvE, I suggest. Don't need to know about that. Oh, but if you wanted to pick an official server, go there. I suggest unofficial. They do come up with a few benefits, like there's 3 times XP, 3 times gathering, 3 times taming, or I think that's 20 times breeding, no mods. But I suggest, well, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be doing a local play, and I suggest you do it too if it's your first time. These are usually the settings that I run with. So I go 3 times multiplayer, 3 times XP, sorry, multiplier or taming speed, difficulty level. It's normally 0.2, but I shove it all the way up to 1, so the dinosaurs go up to level 150. If I do a scroll down, see if you guys want to pause and copy the settings. But for the purpose of this video, for if anybody wants to play on the base ARK settings, then I'm going to be restoring the default settings. There we are. We're going to be playing on the island for our first map, as I'm assuming that some of you guys will actually play on the island for your first time. Go and play single player. Start the world with scratching our wrist. Spoiler alert for some of you. Right, there's a few zones that you can start in, but honestly I suggest starting in one of these 3. I suggest South Zone 1. I find it's the easiest. I'm going to call my survivor human. This is what you'd expect when you come in. Scratch the wrist, have a little look around. No dinos have spawned yet, or just saw I think it was a shark. Oh wow. Okay, well I think that's a megalodon. First thing you want to do, grab some stone. And punch a tree. I don't think that's giving me wood, so I'll go punch this tree. Okay. Right, these little guys can spawn here. One of them's not too bad. I shouldn't have punched him because now he's aggressive to me, but it's when multiple come. Like all of these guys. What I'm going to do, I'm going to draw them away. Multiple will spawn in if one's near you. I think if three appear, they feel confident enough to fight you. Got some dodos. I'm going to run down the beach, just get out the way a little bit. These are drops. I think at the moment you're only able to open the white ones. At the moment you wouldn't be able to open up the blue ones. If you go to these plants, if you press E, you can harvest them. You're going to need to be doing this to make your armor, which will come soon in the video. I think they stopped following me. Yeah, they stopped following. We're going to need some wood, so let's go punch a tree. Oh, what's this? There we go, we got some wood. If you press V for crafting, you go into your crafting menu, and this is also where you'd be able to level up. I suggest leveling up weight first, as you'll be collecting quite a few materials which do weigh quite a bit. Pick up a stone hatchet, should be your first one. Maybe a campfire. Don't need to worry too much about a spear yet, you'll probably get that on your next level now. You level up while crafting, killing other dinosaurs, and collecting explorer notes, but they're dotting. We won't be covering explorer notes in the first video. That will be done eventually, though. I will cover that. One of the first food sources that you get, if you press I, you open up your own inventory. But what I like to do is actually press V and then just go to inventory. I find it easier as my thumb is next to V. We won't worry about cosmetics at the moment. So I'm just going to drop all of those. Your first food is going to be berries. I suggest not eating this one. It does lower your water. So I throw those out. You want to keep these, but you don't want to eat them. You will need them at some point. Medjool berries are the best for taming most herbivores. So you want to keep those rather than eat them. I put these normally in slot 4. But I'm going to be putting slot 4 and 5 and 6. Press the numbers to eat them. If you look in the bottom right side of my screen where it says the food is starting to get low, berries won't cover it, but don't worry, with the campfire we will get that sorted. Alright, if we go to the crafting by pressing V, I want to craft a pick. Then we hover over something that we can't craft yet, and it shows you that you need flint and thatch, which is perfect because we just got a pick. Now if we go into our inventory, we pick up the pick and we put it in our slot bar. I always have these tools in the same places at all times. I always have my main weapon in slot 1, pick in slot 2, and hatchet in slot 3. But what we're going to do now, we're going to use the pick. If you use a pick on a tree, your main resource that you're gathering is thatch, and the secondary resource will be wood. If you use it on stone, your main resource that you're going to be gathering is flint, and then your secondary is stone. Now we grab those, we can make the hatchet. If we go to inventory, put the hatchet there. We just leveled up, so what we're going to do, we're going to put it in weight again. We're going to make that spear, which is very important at this stage. We're going to start making some of these. We won't be able to pick all of them because we've only got 7 engrams, but we're going to pick the 2 biggest ones, cloth shirt and cloth pants. This will be our first armor set of the game. Don't worry too much about water skin. The only way you'll need that is if your water's going down really fast. If you're in a hot area, that's a dilo. It's hostile if you go near it. Over there's a Carno, you don't want to go against that yet. If you come up to the water, when your water's low, if you check the water in the bottom screen, if I hover over something dark, it's a little bit, it's not low, but if you press E, when you're over water, it fills up. If you see that. What we do, I just heard a combi. There you are. I'll show you what these guys do. They just stand there. But then the longer you wait, another one will come. And then another one over there. And then when there's a third, they start attacking. What we're going to do, we're going to run away. Pick up some more resources. Press Q to put whatever's in your hand away. That way you can grab some fiber and berries. If we open up our crafting menu, we'll be able to craft these 2. This one requires 40 fiber, this one requires 50. Go to our inventory. If you double click on it, click the left click, it'll automatically equip, but you can drag it as well. We just leveled up again from crafting. So we're going to put that into weight. We have 9 points, so we'll spend it on the rest of these 3. We're going to need to make a campfire. Oh, Dilo's after us. No, he's running away. And I was that was confusing for a second. They don't run away. We don't actually have a weapon yet to fight him, so what we'll do, we'll grab some resources. Hopefully, no, I can't pick up that stone. go in our crafting menu, we craft this sphere. I suggest crafting maybe 2 or 3 for your first time. If we put it in slot 1, they can break. They have a small chance to break each time you use it, I believe. I'll be ready to take on that dino, depending on what level it is. And I don't know where it's gone. It's just, it probably went after that parasaur over there. So it's probably in the water, I believe. But okay, that's not a problem anymore. Cool. Alright, there we are. Now we got our spear. We just killed that one. There should be another one joining. Right, if we use our pick, I think we get more meat, or I'm going to use axe just in case. And that way we get hide. Since we farm all of these. And because we got hide, this requires hide, and I believe so is this. I don't think the others require hide. No, it's just these two. So now we're able to craft these two, and we can craft a hat as well with the extra fiber that we got. So if we go into our inventory, we can drag these over, or double click on them. Just waiting for the headpiece. And we leveled up again, so we're going to put it in weight again. The next thing we're going to make is thatch foundation. We don't quite have enough for a storage box yet, but we're going to make the foundation. We're going to make some walls, I think. Or, well, door frame first, and then walls. When you craft things, you have a little bit of experience, more than you would normally get just from running around. Just get rid of this. Alright, so there's quite a few. There's not normally that many here, to be honest. I think when you start your world, you won't see that many. Let's just check what we got to craft. We need a campfire. So what do we need for that? We need stone. So the best way to get stone, if you remember, is use a hatchet. Now we should have enough. We could craft the campfire. Just wait for it to go here in our inventory. Put that on. I normally just shove it in the 0, as it's the last one. Place it down with left click. After pressing 0 to use it, obviously. At the moment, we don't need metal, so I like to throw it away just for the moment. Seeds, you also won't need it at this stage of the game, so I like to throw them. To throw them away, you press O. Not the number 0, press O. So I throw that one, and that's the only thing we need to throw at the moment. They will despawn at some point. I can hear a parasaur. We open inventory. It needs wood to burn. And that's where you can light your fire. Sorry, not hide. And your meat. So this is going to be your first main food source. Light the fire there. You can light the fire with just pressing E. Collect some more stone and see what else we got left to craft. We want to craft thatch foundation next to start building our base. What we need for that, we need wood and fiber. So with wood, you want to use an axe on a tree. There we go, plenty of wood. Watch the weight going up. It's about a third of the way at the moment. The indicator in the bottom right hand of the screen. And then we need some fiber. So press Q to put your weapon away, or hand item away, and press E to harvest for the fiber again. Parasaur will actually be your first flying mount at some point. Be a huge step at the game. Won't be able to get it just yet because we're nowhere near the level. But I will show you how to tame dinosaurs by the end of this video, I'm hoping. Over there's a raptor. That'll probably be one of your first carnivores that you'll get. As you should see, we got a level, so we're going to open up the inventory, or in my case, I open up the crafting inventory first. And then we unlock the thatch ceiling, walls, storage. Well, no, we unlock these. That's very important. We won't get that just yet, though, because we're going to focus on making the first house. So it's a thatch wall, thatch door, thatch ceiling. You will need that at some point. It'll be the first sleeping bed, but you will actually get this before you, I think, craft it maybe. So if we open up V, we see we have enough for one of these. We need more thatch. We'll make one door, one wall, and we need to get another 2 more of those, so we need 20 thatch for that. Made one of those and one of those. So if we go farm for some of those resources, I'll use pickaxe for thatch. Just go check it over again. Right, in my inventory, I'm going to place down some of these. Also, check the campfire when it's done. That way you'll have cooked meat. I normally put cooked meat in number 5, because I normally put something there, which is normally either a bow and arrow or some other weapon. So we're going to press 0 now in our R to set that out, and then we're going to press in our slot number, we're going to pick number 8 to pick the door, as you can see, and then number 9 for the walls. We need one more wall, we'll get that quickly now. Slot number 7 for the door. I think I put the door on backwards. Oh no, it's fine. Press E to open and close the door. Right, if we see in slot number 9 is we need the... This is actually perfect. In slot number 9 we have... It's basically like a blueprint of the walls that we need. What we do, if we hold down number 9, it will show us in the bottom corner there what we need for it, because it's already there available. We need 9 thatch, so what we'll do, we'll go use a pickaxe on the tree again. That should be done, and now when we press number 9, it will automatically make one for us, as we can see there in the bottom right hand corner. And now that it's ready, get it out. It shows red if it's unplaceable, or if it is placeable, it'll show up green. Last thing we need is a ceiling. So what we'll do, we'll go in our inventory. We're actually able to make one, so we'll just make that one quickly. If we click on the bottom HUD down here, it will get rid of the I guess I'm going to call them blueprints. Go in inventory, pick that one. I like to put everything in 0. We may need to open the door for this one. Place it up top like that. It'll show green if it's placeable and red if it's not. What do we need next? We check our inventory. We have our first base. We have our first set of armor. We have our first set of tools. What we need now is a little bit of levels to unlock, bed. Or maybe we can use sleeping bag, and maybe some storage, maybe some narcotics are useful as well. Mortar and pestle would be useful. These aren't too useful. Fioma saddle probably you won't need until later on, so you probably won't need to set that up. But what we're going to get next is a slingshot, so I can show you guys how to tame a dinosaur. So what we need to do to level up is just farming for a little bit. As you can see on the level up bar down the bottom, the arrow pointing up, it's going up a little bit as the more we're farming. We'll try and get a little bit of everything so we have enough materials to build what we need next. We are just about to level up soon. Right, I'm now encumbered, so I walk slowly, just as I leveled up as well. This is why I've been leveling up pick weights at the start. So if I go in my crafting inventory, we can level up again. I'm going to pick weight again. I'm then going to, we have 9 engram points. I'm going to make a slingshot, and I'm going to make a hide sleeping bag. We're still over encumbered, even though we increased our weight. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to actually try and make some of these. We can make the slingshot. We go in our inventory, use the slingshot. I like to put the knockout weapons in slot 4. We're actually going to take that out, get rid of the seeds by pressing 0. Keep those, we will need them. Going to get rid of a full stack of wood as they weigh a lot, and that's mainly what's weighing me down at the moment. So what we're going to do now, we're going to find a dinosaur to tame. We're not going to pick that one, it will kill us. Okay. There's a dodo over there, I'll just go grab that quickly. I wouldn't suggest taming a dodo for your first one. They do actually become useful at the, say, mid-game if you want to make for food resources. It's level 13. Oh, right there. What we're going to do, we're going to get out our slingshot. If you press number 4, the slingshot's ammo, if you check the inventory, is the amount of stone that you got, or extra stone. So that's why there's 16 ammo count at the bottom of the HUD there. What we're going to do, we're going to try and knock it out. You press left click to pull it out. There we go. As you can see here, we knocked it out. It's not dead, it's just knocked out. If you access its inventory, you get to put its preferred food, I believe, is measureberry. Otherwise this will look stupid. Okay, there we are. Its torpidity will go down every single time it eats, or over time as well. What we do to prevent this, if it's going to go down before you can actually tame it, is if you hover over the narcoberry, sorry, and press E, you're forcing it to eat it, and it goes back up, see? Now we can name our dodo. We'll just name it first. Now this dodo will actually follow us around. Really slowly. What we're going to do, we're going to hold T, and we're going to say whistle all stop. That's why it won't move, it'll stay there. So it won't follow you around all the time. And then if we do whistle follow all, he'll start following you again. Come on then, there we are. At the moment it's green because of the Christmas event. Green, red and white, I believe, are some will spawn with those colours. Right, I think the only thing that we need to craft now is a hide sleeping bag. So we need 3 more hide for that. Oh, I got stuck on something then. I don't know what I got stuck on. What we're going to do, we're actually going to kill our own dodo because we don't need it. But we can kill the ones that are over there. I did see a green one before. But for the horribleness of this video, we're going to kill our own. I'm going to collect some hide. I've only got 2. To collect those as well. That was in his inventory. If your own tames die, it drops a bag and it has all of its inventory inside that bag. We actually still need hide. So I believe we need 1. Yes, we do. We need 1. You won't see these normally in the world. This is only for the event. Don't need to worry too much about those. There we go, we collected some more hide. And more raw meats as well. You need a lot of raw meats. My next video, I will be covering the first 5 dinosaurs that you should be taming. Obviously, it's nothing to go by. If you don't want to tame those dinosaurs, then you don't want to tame those dinosaurs. It's just it's more like a direction, if that makes sense. Access inventory, put some wood in there. We can't put some wood in there. Spoiled meat spoils over time, but this is actually useful. You want to keep all of these for when you make narcotics out of narco berries and spoiled meat. You want to take the charcoal as well and keep that. So we're just going to light the fire again. Open that up, get our bed, make the bed. There we go. Put that in slot 0 like I normally do. Should be able to place this inside here, but if not, we can actually place it outside. It's not too much of an issue. It's where you respawn if you die. So if you travel off up in, say, over those mountains, or sorry, over that mountain, through the forest, and you die, you will have a place to respawn next to where your base is. You can choose this respawn again through the main menu and just respawn here again, but if you place a base, say like over in that direction where it would be a long distance to travel to get there, you could place a bed near it, so when you do die, when you traveled off, you'll travel next to your own base, which may be over there. Well, I hope this video has been useful. As a quick summary, what we've managed to do, we managed to get the full set of armor, the first set of armor. We got some supplies. I showed you guys how to tame your first dinosaur. Showed you the first setup of your HUD down here for the first tools. I hope this video has been useful. If there's any tips and tricks that you may know that might help beginning players, please write it down in the comments and I'll pin it up so they can see it as well. That way we can work together as a good community. Thank you for watching the video. If you watched, please leave a like if it's been useful. If there's anything you'd like to add, leave a comment. Thank you. Goodbye.